Talk about all your strategies. Your work of art go back to the 80s in the beginning, primarily as a photographer. I remember that a little bit from the early 90s. I kind of entered the art circulation around 1990 or 91. And I remember you always with your camera and your cotton coat, and I see it again in the book, even sometimes with a helmet maybe. But then you kind of left this more traditional photography, and I think reading the book, I have to admit I didn't read every word in the book, because then I wouldn't have been here now, I would sit home reading. But there's some kind of important point that is mentioned in the book from 1989, and that's the manifest on your shirt, the moving exhibition manifest. Can you talk a bit about the moving exhibition manifest, and how was it formulated? Why did you come up with that, and what has it meant? This is a lot of questions.
No, it's great, thank you. But to start with what I call photo, it's true that I've been around with a camera taking photo, and now I call this photo. When you do nice photo with a nice camera, you do photo. So I was doing that, and then I think I met Morten Vries, actually, which is here. He made a text about these years, the 90s, and the manifest. So suddenly, let's say I was thinking that it was a bit, it cost a lot to be a photo guy. You know, you have to buy slides to print them if you want to show them. I will do slideshow every night, but to do a print you have to invest and all that. So I was thinking, how can I express for free? So it was more from this hitchhiker culture. So you do something on yourself. You got a picture in the newspaper you took in the bar, and then you do something and you go with it. So the moving exhibition manifest, the idea was, I didn't do an art school, so I was getting informed about what was art by picking books here and there. So for me, art was made by groups and manifest, and I was looking the surrealists, whatever, Dadaist, and so I would think that art was only made by groups of people with a lot of energy doing things. So I would say, okay, I will do a manifest. But then I learned that a manifest is something which expresses what you have done before, what you are doing now, and what you will do in the future. Then I had to find out what I have done, what I do, and what I will do. And then I met Henning, which is here, Henning Vendernorf. He was a redactor of a magazine called Catalog in Odense. And then he was nice to stimulate me to finish this manifest. So he said, hey, when you are finished in 3 months or 6 months, we will publish it in Catalog. And so I had to do it. You know, he was my coach or my guru. And then I made it. Then I came with an image and a definition of the 5 types of moving exhibition. And I must say that everything I do still follows this manifest. Mm-hmm. And a part of it, I will say, there is a story in this book, say I create the concept of Facebook. So the concept, not the technique of Facebook, but the concept of exhibitionism, interacting and all this, it's in the manifest. So for me it's important to be a bit also in advance or something. It sounds old-fashioned, a manifest in our days. Or
I don't know, I think it has some certain kind of actuality. I think there's a lot who wants to do a manifest. Yeah. Today maybe you call it a vision in managerial language, or a manifest. I mean, we're doing a manifest at the school, a kind of manifest, to kind of define where we are and what we're gonna do and so on. So it makes sense, but you were not a group. I mean, you were not the surrealist or the futurist. You were just yourself, but you did the manifest, you know.
When I did this exhibition actually in '89, which is funny because people like Hans Belting and all this, they have been interested in the year '89. It was a kind of twisting year. Yeah, I was not a group. I mean, I was in Denmark, so it's difficult to be a group when you're a French guy in Denmark just coming, you know. So yeah, I was in Denmark. So like I said, I was quite a lot with Morten, and then I was organizing exhibition where people had to come with the best picture of themselves, with a text about the status, like Facebook, and they have to hang with it and go around. So suddenly it was a group. Sometimes it was 5 people, 10 people. So suddenly it was a group, and then we went to this group. We have everybody. We have Marie Bertelsen from Roskilde. Then she invited our group. It was called Sport Art in 1990 to a Roskilde Festival, and she said, "Why don't you do a performance with a Sport Art group?" We were 200 people.
Oh.
She had to find 200 backstage tickets.
That was the beginning of the art program at Roskilde Festival.
Yeah. No, actually, yeah.
Great. And when you say you have followed it ever since, what aspects in it have you followed ever since? Is that the exhibition of the bourgeois? Or?
No, bourgeois, because there is 5 types. It's a moving exhibition: bourgeoise, semi-bourgeoise, exhibitioniste, offensive, and vagabond. Okay. So the bourgeois is when it's a normal art. You are alone in your studio, you control the room and the space, you have paid the rent hopefully, and then it's bourgeois because no one enters the studio or you are on your own. And what I've been working recently, or the last 15 years, it's what is, how do you express with the now? Because the moving exhibition is unpredictable, it's by definition. I don't know which artist I am in 10 minutes or after this talk. Maybe it's a catastrophe, maybe I'm enlightened, maybe I'm depressed. So I don't know which kind of art I will do in an hour. So what I express in an hour is unpredictable. So I make every kind of exhibition with a small space or big space for the now. Because the political now, I mean, what's happened in politics can be impact on me. My private life can be impacted. So we are as everybody and as artists influenced by. So the art I'm doing is about the now, and it's the same with the format. Mm-hmm. So this keeps it's the most important. The other are still available. Vagabond, it's what it's called in art system. It's called art in public space. Mm-hmm. Semi-bourgeoise, it's when an institution is give you a space and you change. So a museum say you can do an exhibition here, and then you are invited, and then you do an exhibition that changes all the time. And what was it? And Vagabond now was an exhibitionist. Is when is what we have very much now. It's the search for identity, who I am, and am I this, and I'm that, I'm French, I'm Danish, a man, a woman. So it's the search for identity. Mm-hmm. And the fifth one, I don't remember now. Offensive, offensive, it's when you are not invited. So it's a biennalist, you want to express something, and then I go to Venice Biennale, maybe I'm not invited, but I think they have an annoying theme that should be challenged, so this is offensive.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I saw that. So these concepts, when you made this manifest in '89, did you think that you would follow it very consequential? Now, until now, many years later?
Yes, that was the purpose.
Okay.
The purpose was to do a manifest. But when you do a manifest, my trick is to do a manifest where I say the exhibition is unpredictable. So it's kind of safe because you can do everything. Yeah. So, but I don't think about it. I just notice that I still follow it. I forgot about it.
So you actually established a method back then, and then you just did it.
Yeah.
Again and again.
I was lucky.
Yeah. In your oeuvre, you have these concepts called art formats, and that, I guess, is instead of calling it artworks. Do you think that the term artwork is too limiting, or why are you calling it art formats and not artworks?
It's almost two different things. They are both artwork, but the example I will give, so we can show the page of art format, so people have an idea. Maybe I borrow this. Mm-hmm. So the art format is a chapter. In this book, there is registered 22 art formats. An art format, it's an art format. It's a concept, but it's a concept with people with feelings. So let's say if I am a Laurence Wiener or something, I would say conceptual art. I draw a line between A and B, or I draw a line, or And you don't need to interact with, let's say, emotion of people working for you. You just make them do what you say. The format is the same. There is a concept, but people involved are human beings. So if someone in the group is menopause, or if the other one is aggressive, or the whole project is shaking. So the format involves a human being being, let's say, connected to the now in a group. So the format is very psychological. There is interaction. So it is an artwork, but in the format, it's like a rules. Let's say football is a format. You say we are so many people, we have a ball, and everybody play football. That was my idea. I was thinking, as an artist, if I do an artwork, if I want to have, let's say, they're a bit political, this artwork, so if I want to have influence, then I need to multiplicate them. So, well, this Benjamin, or this, they speak about multiplication and all this. So I was thinking, I will do an artwork that can be multiplicated. So once I given the rules, for example, the critical run, I had one the same day in Sydney, in Siberia, and one in Copenhagen, the same day. Basically, is it in the book, I offer to the Venice Biennale, to the Danish pavilion, to make formats where everybody, I will kind of recruit people to do critical run where they live. So if they come from Korea, they will do one in Korea and Denmark. And so I will have 20 critical run per day. So it's kind of multiplicate. So some formats are easy, like critical run. Emergency room is super difficult to organize. So they are very different. But if you take the list of them, everybody can participate. For example, if you are not running, you can do the slow dance format. So the idea is that there is format a bit for. So that the format, they are like I compare to the in the sea to the waves. They are kind of energy. They are coming with the, and the artwork, they are the shells on the beach. So let's say in the format, if I do an emergency room, I can produce 3 artwork today. First I produce the format, and inside the format I produce artworks.